Well, good morning, and thank you all for being here today for our press conference on the nation's largest Home Depot theft case. On the back table, you'll see a speaker list that will have all of our presenters' first and last names and their job titles. On that sheet, you also see a QR code that will direct you to some footage of the crimes committed. Now, following our speakers' remarks, we'll take a few questions, but if you have specific questions on the investigation, we have our lead detectives here that will be available for one-on-one interviews, as well as a Spanish-speaking PIO. We also will provide any other additional information. Come find me after the press conference, and I'll be happy to help you. To begin, Freihoff.
Thank you, Senator Ray. Good morning, and thank you all for joining us here. What I'm about to share is the result of an investigation unlike anything seen here in Ventura County. This is also the largest organized retail theft case uncovered in Home Depot history. We are calling this investigation Operation Kill Switch. Over the past several months, our organized retail theft task force has been working around the clock to track down an elaborate network of thieves who are stealing from major retailers and reselling items for a cheaper price. The crew wasn't just grabbing random items. They were highly organized and targeting Home Depot and focusing on expensive electrical components like breakers, dimmers, switches, and outlets. The total loss for this operation, over $10 million in stolen merchandise from the Southern California Home Depots. These thefts have occurred over multiple years and multiple jurisdictions. Here's how it worked. At the center was a man named David All. He ran a storefront called Aria Wholesale in Tarzana. His crews of thieves, known as boosters, would steal merchandise from the Home Depot's stores, sometimes hitting every Home Depot in Ventura County in a single day. Then the boosters would deliver the stolen items in trash bags or Home Depot boxes to his business or to his home, where he'd pay them in cash. He would then sell those stolen items at a reduced price to contractors and other electrical businesses. All did not work alone. His brother-in-law, Omid Abrishamkar, helped by selling stolen merchandise online through eBay. Meanwhile, All's ex-wife, Lorena Solis, and her boyfriend, Enrique Nira, were running a nearly identical fencing operation of their own. On top of that, All's own employees were involved. Iber Bonilla, Jose Banuelos Guerrero, and Edwin Rivera made up the primary booster crew that hit all of Ventura County stores. The three would meet up and drive to each Home Depot location in Ventura County. Each of the boosters would enter and exit the stores multiple times, stealing electronic merchandise. Each time they entered the stores in here in Ventura County, each estimated trip was between $6,000 and $10,000 in stolen merchandise. In all, 14 people were arrested, and so far 9 have been charged by the district attorney's office. During search warrants from the boosters and All's employees, investigators have seized an estimated $3.7 million in Home Depot property. As the investigation continues, we are expected that dollar amount will rise. This case shows just how profitable and damaging organized retail theft can be. It shows the importance of collaboration. This investigation would not have been possible without the hard work of our detectives from our task force, the support of Home Depot, loss prevention, and grant funding from the state that made this possible. Our organized retail theft task force was created after the Ventura County Sheriff's Office received a 3-year grant through the California Retail Theft Prevention Grant Program. This team brought together detectives from the Port Hueneme Police Department, the Simi Valley Police Department, the District Attorney's Office, and the Sheriff's Office. The mission is combating organized retail theft, vehicle theft, and cargo theft, which impacts our businesses, residents, and communities. Unfortunately, the task force is approaching the end of its funding period, but our hope is that the success of this program will lead to the continued support and funding. Organized retail theft is not a victimless crime. We all suffer from it. It puts retail workers at risk, raises prices for consumers, and threatens the health of our local businesses. Today's message is clear and simple. If you're out there running booster crews, selling stolen goods, and profiting from organized retail theft, We will find you and hold you accountable. I want to thank our detectives, our analysts, and partners who put in countless hours on this investigation, and I want to thank the community for their continuing to report suspicious activity. This case is ongoing, and more arrests are likely. I would now like to turn this over to the Ventura County District Attorney, Eric Nazarenko.
Good morning, and thank you, Sheriff Freihoff. Today, we are announcing the filing of felony criminal charges against 9 defendants for their roles in a massive, multi-county organized retail theft operation that targeted Home Depots throughout the Southland. The charges include grand theft, conspiracy, receiving stolen property, organized retail theft, and money laundering. The defendants fall into 2 groups. First, the fences, those who allegedly received, stored, and then resold the stolen electrical equipment. At the center of this scheme is the alleged ringleader, David All, who faces 48 felony counts, including conspiracy, organized retail theft, grand theft, receiving stolen property, and money laundering. He is currently in custody in Ventura County Jail with bail set at $500,000. At his side was his brother-in-law, Omid Abrashamkar. He is alleged to have committed 11 felony counts, including conspiracy, receiving stolen property, money laundering, and others. He is accused of selling the stolen goods online through Amazon and eBay. He too remains in custody on $500,000 bond. Both of these men are alleged to have used wholesale and online businesses as fronts to make dirty money look clean. Our office has seized more than $800,000 of that dirty money already. And also, Lorena Solis, All's ex-wife, and Enrique Nire, her boyfriend, each face 8 counts of conspiracy for their alleged role in reselling stolen merchandise to electrical supply warehouses. They too are currently in jail with $500,000 bond for each. Supplying and supporting these fencing operations were 2 organized theft or booster crews who nearly on a daily basis and oftentimes several times within that day allegedly went into stores as in-store thieves, lining their pockets with Home Depot dimmer switches, circuit breakers, and electrical outlets. These burglary crews are alleged to have stolen from Home Depots in Ventura, Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. They are linked to more than 600 separate thefts at 71 separate Home Depots. This resulted in millions of dollars of loss to the nationwide home improvement company. Those booster crews are as follows: Jose Benuelos Guerrero, Edwin Rivera, and Eber Bonilla formed the main theft crew that allegedly stole between 6,000 and 10,000 of Home Depot merchandise daily. Between the 3 of them, they faced dozens of felony counts of conspiracy, organized retail theft, receiving stolen property, as well as grand theft. Here's an example of how this crew worked using Home Depot video taken from the Oxnard and Covina stores in April of this year. The thefts began first thing in the morning when the store opened typically at 6 a.m. Alleged retail theft crew member Eber Bonilla Lopez, seen here, is filling his jacket pockets with breakers from the Home Depot electrical aisle. Each one of these breakers is valued at around $100. During this same visit, he grabs a pole from the other side of the aisle to swipe boxes full of electrical components from the top shelves. And when Home Depot starts to put these high-value pieces behind security cages, like depicted in this video, Bonilla Lopez simply climbs the racks to get around it. Another theft crew, who allegedly stole electrical items several times per week from Home Depot stores throughout Southern California, were Erlene Lopez Hernandez and Denny Gomez. They are charged with 3 counts of conspiracy to commit organized retail theft. All of the booster crews and theft rings remain in custody, with bail set at either $250,000 or $500,000. While the sentencing range for all of these individuals is wide and depends on a variety of different factors, all the ringleader faces a maximum exposure of 32 years in state prison. Aubrey Shamkar, the brother-in-law, a maximum exposure of 16 years and 8 months in state prison. Nera and Solis are subject to 7 years and 8 months maximum confinement in state prison, while the booster crew defendants face a sentencing range of anywhere from 4 years to 21 in state prison. What makes this prosecution especially significant is our ability to bring the cases together as one unified sole prosecution, thanks to smart legislation and voter-approved Prop 36. Let me talk first about the smart legislation. Assemblymember Jackie Irwin, who joined us this morning, authored Assembly Bill 1779. It was signed into law last year, and it took effect January 1st of 2025. This law allows crimes that occur across multiple counties to be consolidated into a single criminal filing. Without this law, we would be prosecuting common crimes by the same defendants in multiple jurisdictions, a costly and time-consuming undertaking. However, because of this legislation, Ventura County has consolidated the Los Angeles Home Depot theft charges into the 48-count criminal complaint. My gratitude to Assemblymember Jackie Irwin for giving prosecutors and law enforcement this vital tool, and my gratitude and thanks to the ongoing and strong partnership between Ventura County and LA County, specifically with LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman. As to voter-approved Prop 36, we are now able, because of that initiative, which took effect in December of last year, to add together dollar losses from multiple shoplifting offenses, like we did here, to reach the felony threshold rather than the misdemeanor one. I also want to thank, as Sheriff Freihoff did, the state legislature, Governor Newsom, and those behind this essential, vital state-funded grant program. $15.6 million received for the Organized Retail Theft Task Force for the Sheriff's Department, $2 million for our office to help detectives, investigators, and vertical prosecutors like Brandon Ross file this case. I'd also like to give a special thanks to Michael McManama, our money laundering investigator, for his hard work in this case. Without this state funding, we would not be able to dismantle, take down, and be here today. This case demonstrates the scale, the scope, and the sophistication of organized retail theft. This wasn't shoplifting. It was a criminal enterprise that allegedly stole millions of dollars, and it was finally stopped here in Ventura County. It's my honor to introduce Assemblymember Jackie Irwin.
Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you to DA Nasarenko and our sheriff for inviting me to this morning's press conference. As the author of AB 1779, the bill that allows cross-jurisdictional prosecutions, such as the one just announced, it gives me great pride to see it being used to benefit the residents within my district. For years, we have heard pleas from retailers and consumers frustrated with the impact of organized retail thefts. These highly organized rings of criminals operated across large swaths of our community with little or no consequences. These theft rings followed a strategy to increase their windfall and decrease their chances of spending time behind bars. This prosecutorial tool has been available to DAs between 2019 and 2021, but it was short-sightedly allowed to sunset, giving rise to an almost immediate increase in these crimes. This was a long path to get this bill passed, and really appreciate the leadership of Ventura County and DA Nosarenko. The bill died the first time in the Public Safety Committee, and the second time it was allowed to go through and just allow the Department of Justice to prosecute these crimes. I appreciated getting calls from our Attorney General Bonta about how often the law was being used, but it also quickly overwhelmed the DOJ, proving that correct jurisdiction for such cases was at the county district attorney level. The announcement of these charges here today should be a clear signal to organized thieves that the days of being able to steal and terrorize the residents of both Ventura and LA County are over. The organized ring, disassembled as a result of this investigation, resulted in the arrest of 9 individuals who were responsible for the theft of millions of dollars in stolen merchandise. I want to thank not only the Ventura County Sheriff's Office who put this case together, but other law enforcement agencies throughout California who participated in this protracted multi-county investigation. I'm also thankful to Ventura County DA Eric Nosarenko and LA County DA Nathan Hochman for working together to ensure that these criminals are held responsible for their crimes. Today's message is this: the days of being able to move freely between our counties without fear of prosecution are over. You will be caught and you will face prosecution. Good luck. And now I'd like to introduce my longtime friend, LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman.
Thank you very much, Assemblymember Irwin, and thank you very much for inviting me to this press conference. I was thinking about what to say, and I thought about focusing on what must have been going on in our alleged criminals' minds on August 13th, 2025, the day before they got arrested. They'd basically been able to pull off, as been alleged, over 600 different thefts from 71 Home Depots in the surrounding counties: Ventura, Los Angeles, Riverside, San Bernardino. And they've been able to go ahead and do this, as far as they were concerned, with impunity. Nobody had stopped them. The retail thefts go into these various Home Depots. They take these electronic components. They then give them to the fencers. The fencers then turn that into money, because they're not stealing these electronic components to use them. They're stealing them to turn it into money. The fencers then go ahead and turn them into money, whether it's in a brick and mortar store that they're selling it to contractors out there, or they're going on the online marketplaces. So on August 13th, they must have thought that life is grand. They've been making millions of dollars, didn't look like anyone was going to stop them, and for the foreseeable future, they thought that their criminal activity was going to continue. But here's what they didn't know on that day. They didn't know that in one day what was going to happen was the results of a tremendous investigation that had been conducted by the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, led by Sheriff Freihoff and his fellow deputies, working in connection with Ventura County law enforcement. They didn't understand that there was a DA's office that was focused on it, and that was led by our DA Nosarenko and his deputies in his office. They had been working for months to track down this organization and put their case together piece by piece by piece. They truly did not understand that Home Depot and all its investigators had dedicated an enormous amount of time and effort to put all that video surveillance together to, again, identify each and every one of these thefts and identify what was stolen and turn over that information to law enforcement and the DA's office as they were putting this case together step by step by step. They truly didn't appreciate Assemblymember Irwin. They must not have been paying attention when she got this legislation passed, AB 1779, that changed the penal code, that allowed me in Los Angeles to sign a letter under 786.5B saying that Ventura County could now be the sole prosecutor of all these different thefts, including in Los Angeles County, thus making it that you can't just go ahead and pretend that you can go from one county to the next and escape prosecution. No. Assemblymember Irwin's bill has prevented that, and I have signed that letter. So on August 14th, this scheme has come crashing down. When 14 different individuals have been arrested, 9 have now been charged with serious felonies, as you heard, with maximum sentences that'll range from 4 years to over 30 years. So I want to echo an incredible amount of thanks to the Ventura County Sheriff's Department, to local Ventura law enforcement, to the Ventura County District Attorney's Office, to Assemblymember Irwin, and your fellow legislators who were smart enough to actually pass this legislation. A big shout out to Governor Newsom for helping to fund this organized retail crime task forces. And again, I will one more time echo the very clear and simple message. The question is not if, but when. You engage in organized retail theft at the retail stealing level or the fencing level. It's a when you're going to be arrested, you're going to be prosecuted, and you're going to be punished. So this is the start of efforts to go after these large crews. They thought they were sophisticated. They thought they could hide. Today's announcement of these charges shows vastly differently. So again, thank you all for your tremendous efforts. It's been an absolute opportunity to have the LA County's District Attorney's Office join in this effort, because there is no more daylight between the different counties. That daylight is gone. There's no more daylight in law enforcement efforts. That's gone. And there's certainly no daylight in district attorneys' offices' prosecution efforts. That is gone as well. So would-be criminals out there, heed this message. Stop what you're doing, or else we're coming for you.
Thank you very much, LA County District Attorney Nathan Hochman. It's now my pleasure to introduce Darlene Hermosillo. As you have heard, Home Depot has been an instrumental and strong partner in this effort, and we are honored to have you here this morning with us.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for having me. On behalf of the Home Depot, my name is Darlene Hermosillo, and I work assets protection investigations as well as incidents involving organized retail crime in 93 stores across the state. At Home Depot, combating organized retail crime is more than just putting back to the bottom line. It's about protecting the well-being and safety of our customers, our associates, and the communities in which we serve. Organized retail crime is theft motivated by greed, not necessity, and it's fueling broader criminal activity, which places public safety at risk. And for retailers across the country, this challenge continues to grow. We are proud to work in coordination with the Ventura County District Attorney's Office, as well as the Ventura County Sheriff's Office, to investigate these crimes and hold people accountable. We also back the bipartisan Coordinating Organized Retail Crime Act, a federal effort to make sure federal, state, local law enforcement, and private sector experts work together seamlessly. CORCA would create a coordination hub of information and collaboration to advance the vital effort to protect our communities from organized retail crime. We are thankful for the California Organized Retail Theft Grant that made today possible. Thank you.
And now we'll open it up to questions. We do have a mic that Joey will pass around if you need it.
It sounds like you've streamlined the prosecution. How is it, were you able to put everybody on one team and just say, it's going to be happening here in Ventura County, and just take care of business here instead of it just being spread out piecemeal?
Common values, Sid. The common values of collaboration, partnership, and offender accountability. The Office of the Ventura County Sheriff's, as well as the District Attorney's Office, applied for and received nearly $18 million to help fund and support this organized retail theft team. That organized retail theft team was tipped off by our partners in Home Depot in February of 2025 after shoplifting offenses had occurred here in Ventura County. From there, the investigation began in earnest, in diligence, and in cooperation between prosecutors, detectives, and investigators. This is a complex and extensive investigation. Over 50 search warrants were approved and authored. Multiple surveillance mechanisms were employed. All of us worked tirelessly to make sure that we arrived at this point. And when I, as district attorney, had a like-minded partner, an LA County District Attorney, Nathan Hochman, you bet I would reach out to District Attorney Hochman and say, we have several hundred of your Home Depot theft cases. We'd like to prosecute them here in Ventura County. Will you allow us to do so? He didn't even flinch. He said, of course, let's do it.
All right, thank you everybody for coming. Again, we do have our lead detectives in the back if you would like a one-on-one interview.